So over this past year, I've talked about AI numerous times on this channel, and one of the same points that I always share every single time is it's always going to be the worst that it's ever been, and it's only going to get scarier as time progresses. And it's not really me saying that to try and scare you. Well, I mean, I know it sounds like it, but it's not. It's more just to warn you and bring awareness to the things that are going on around the internet that you may or may not know about. One of the biggest things I recently covered was Kwebbelkop AI and the fact that he now has announced this new AI, which is, I wouldn't say it's scary just yet, but it's showing you the possibilities of how close we're getting to where you probably soon won't be able to tell if it was actually a real person or an AI that is making YouTube videos. That's the scary part about it, is when you cannot tell the difference no more between something that is actually created by a real human and is something that is not. And so while I was away, there was one video that popped off on Twitter from MrBeast himself. Luckily this time he wasn't in, I guess, another heap of drama, if you will, but it was just him bringing awareness to something that is a legitimate concern and scare for the future of the internet as a whole. So this is the tweet MrBeast made about like a week ago, and it said, lots of people are getting this deepfake scam of me. Are social media platforms ready to handle the rise of AI deepfakes? This is a serious problem. Now, before I play the video, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Social media platforms don't give a shit. I mean, realistically, the sad and actual unfortunate reality of the world is probably proof of identification in the probably near time future, where before you can use a social platform, you'll need to probably provide some form of government issued ID, or you have to do what Google does. They have like this little thing you put in front of you, scan like all sides of your faces to verify that you're actually a real human. I see something like this coming in our dystopian future, and there's not going to be really anything such as being anonymous or being hidden or just having any form of privacy when it comes to using any of these platforms. So personally, do I think social media platforms are ready for the rise of AI? No shot. They don't really give a fuck either. It's not really a concern to them right now, not until it hurts their bottom line. That's when companies actually care about problems like this, is if it hurts their bottom line. If advertisers, the ones who pay all the money, the ones that keep these free social media platforms afloat, if they're the ones who are getting concerned and they start retracting their money because they can't see any value in knowing who's a real person, who isn't, for the money that they're spending trying to have targeted ads toward those people, then yes, the social media platforms will start to care, because then they know their bottom line's being affected because advertisers don't want to pay out. But until that happens, I personally don't think they care. I'm gonna just be real with you.
Watching this video, you're one of the 10,000 lucky people who'll get an iPhone 15 Pro for just $2. I'm MrBeast, and I'm doing the world's largest iPhone 15 giveaway. Click the link below to claim yours now.
Now, when you see that, you probably tell yourself, oh, that's not MrBeast. That's clearly not him. He doesn't sound excited. There's no explosions. There's nothing wild going on. And I mean, to an extent, yeah, you're right. But the one thing you got to remember is there's a lot of young, naive people, especially a lot of kids who look up to MrBeast and probably don't know any better. So if they happen to scroll TikTok and they see that advertisement, they're going to be like, oh shit, MrBeast is giving money. All right, let me click on that. Another thing, I also covered this in another video a while back, was the MrBeast scams that you see on platforms like TikTok, which is where that ad came from. One of the biggest things that TikTok does really bad at is actually having verifiable personalities or verification on just a profile in general. There are so many accounts that you'll see on TikTok that have blue check marks, and the user names himself MrBeast, because the way TikTok works in showing names is they never actually show you the username inside. If, like, let's say that you're commenting on a TikTok, you don't see that. You just sit there. If someone names himself MrBeast as their TikTok name, it's not their username, just their name, and then they copy the profile picture, then when someone leaves a comment, someone could be like, wow, this is so fucking crazy, and then have the MrBeast name, and then all they got to do is set that little blue verification check mark, and a lot of people are gonna be like, oh shit, MrBeast is commenting on that video. That's crazy. What is he doing on this part of the internet? And then when you click on it, it's actually not MrBeast. That's a very big issue, and it's one that TikTok does not give a fuck to fix at all. It is crazy to me how easy it is for people to just buy accounts with blue verification check marks, have like over 1 million followers, no videos at all. Clearly something is sus, doesn't make sense, but TikTok leaves it up anyway. Also, another thing is these advertisements, these deepfake shits, you might remember the Joe Rogan scam that happened earlier this year as well too.
There's a category of supplements that are very interesting, work very well to increase testosterone by about 100 to 200 points.
Well, look, that Alpha Grind product that's all over TikTok, if you go to Amazon and you type in libido booster for men, you're going to find it right at the top. And that's because guys are figuring out that it literally is increasing size and making a difference down there.
It stimulates the testes, if you got those, to make more testosterone, or estrogen.
That Joe Rogan ad wasn't real. It was fake as well too. If you looked into it close enough, then you can easily tell that, oh, no way Joe Rogan would say that. The mouth doesn't sync up with the voice. It looks like it's kind of off sync. That doesn't make sense. But then you can get people that'll probably be like, oh, maybe the video just wasn't edited correctly. There's a lot of mental gymnastics that people will do in their mind to try and justify something if they really want it to be real. And that's an unfortunate part of the internet. There are so many things that people will do to try and justify in their own minds on why something is real, even if it isn't. But yeah, that Joe Rogan ad's not real either. All these deepfake ads, it's not like the MrBeast one is, you know, brand new and this is the very beginning, like the origin story of deepfake ads. It's not even close. But it's just because MrBeast is such a high profile name, everybody knows who he is at this point. And so for him to bring awareness to and speak on it, of course it's going to grab the eyes of everybody. While I did say earlier in the video that this is a problem for the social media platforms and they only will care once it hurts their bottom line, aka advertisers not want to pay money, the other thing is they have a due diligence as well too. These social media platforms typically more times than not don't give a fuck about the ads that come through. They allow these deep fake ads to come through. All this AI shit that you see through that you end up getting pushed, especially like on TikTok, they don't give a fuck. They just allow it. They're like, who cares? They paying money. Why not? Well, what's the worst that can happen other than people getting scammed, which again, to those companies doesn't mean anything unless they're put near the fire and something major recourse could happen to them that could shut down their business or make them lose a lot of money and profits. That's the only time that these companies will care. But I rambled on long enough. I just wanted to speak about this real quick because I just found it interesting. Realistically, this MrBeast ad, or fake ad, if you will, not really anything that I think would surprise many people that are at least an adult or at least have some idea of how the internet works. But you got to think about the people who are really old, don't understand technology, or just, again, kids in general that have fallen for MrBeast scams in the past. I'll have a whole video link in the description below if you want to check out one that goes into a deeper dive that I did. But yeah, this whole world is turning to shit. It's getting harder and harder to believe anything you see because it's almost impossible to know if it's authentic or not. And there's no way at this moment, at least any technology that I'm aware of. I know some people are going to say, blockchain, bro, blockchain, the Web3 technology. Shut the fuck up, all right? No, not yet. Maybe one day, but not yet. But there's currently no technology that can actually verify and prove that a video was recorded 100% and it was not altered in a way that your average person would actually understand or care about. But yeah, thank you for watching. Made this fun to the video. Consider giving a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below what you think. Have a great day. Yeah.